Greetings, greetings, greetings. You are now tuned into the Vault. Trust Christian own nothing, control everything. Just want to thank you for tuning in live, listening to replay. Always appreciate everybody that tunes in live, listens in the replay. This is the Vault, episode 543, Personal Trust. And this is definitely a episode that is by popular demand. Definitely got a bunch of people that always reach out that ask about these type of thought process, and we're going to share thought process, and we're going to give you food for thought. So thank you for listening live. Thank you for listening to replay. Thank you for hitting the like. Thank you for hitting the subscribe. Especially if this is your first time listening, hitting the subscribe button will get you to pop up episodes. As we do pop up episodes, we used to do standard episodes. Now we're doing pop up episodes. So definitely want to subscribe so you can get the latest and stay up to date with the content that we have. You can always go back in the archives and look in the archives and see additionally what we got going on. So definitely excited about this episode. This is episode 543, Personal Trust. One of those episodes where people have reached out for years. They'll come on the line and they'll speak about their personal trust. We'll sit on the line. We will talk to lawyers, and they'll say that clients have to have their own trust. They have to, be in control of it. They have to be the creator. They have to be the grantor, quote unquote. So we're gonna talk about it. So let's talk about. So there we go. So we have it where somebody is saying, "Hey, you should be the grantor and the trustee. It's a living trust. Living is still public." We got many people reach out to us, ladies and gentlemen. Trustees, oh, I'm looking to be private. I'm looking to be private. But then you're creating the trust. You're still the trustee. So it's a living trust situation. So it's a personal trust. Then you sit in front of the lawyers. What do the lawyers say? Oh, how are you going to pay your personal expenses? How are you? How's it? And then, are you thinking that? Are you thinking of how it can pay your personal expenses? So that's what they say. They say, oh, we want to know how it's going to pay for the car note. Your personal trust or anyone, any trust, anything, any LLC, any C corp. Is it just one? Personal. My expenses. They're not trust expenses. They're personal expenses. How's the trust going to pay for my medical expenses? Trust Christian Vault. How's the trust going to pay for this? How's the trust going to pay for that? For me, sort of like commingling funds. Trustees reach out to us all the time. They say, oh man, how do we make sure we don't commingle funds? How do you make sure you don't commingle funds? How's the bank accounts looking? That's what it looks like. Personal trust. Your name trust. We got a bunch of trustees that we talk to all the time about this type of stuff. You know, hey, is it in your name? The name of that trust alone, is it in your name? There you go. So important, ladies and gentlemen, to understand that it's not personal, it's business. And because this business is separate, it's not personal. It's not together, it's not all in one. Are you the beneficiary? Personal trust, is it yours? Are you the beneficiary? Are you still the beneficiary? These are questions that we encourage our trustees to think about, that when they do come through and they say, oh, I created a trust for myself. Was that your trust? That's your personal trust? Are you using a trust for personal reasons? Oh man, the trust, I created it so it did. Well, if you didn't, is it a separate person? Truly separate? Or is it just what they try to say is a sham, an alter ego? Is it an alter ego? Oh, how you gonna buy my groceries? Okay. Does the family estate need groceries? But it's not separate, ladies and gentlemen, for most people. It's personal. This is business, though, ladies and gentlemen. We're in business. We're in business, ladies and gentlemen. Even in commerce is business. Private is business. So the personal trust conversation, if it sounds like you own it, if it sounds like you're still the creator and the trustee, revocable. Oh, it's irrevocable. So that it means you can't come back as the grantor, but you did. So it sounds like a sham or alter ego. Are you doing personal things out of it? Do you label them as personal things? Do you say I'm doing this personally, or am I doing this on behalf of X, Y, and Z? That's the difference, ladies and gentlemen, between personal and business. So we appreciate everybody for tuning in live, listening to replay. Always appreciate everybody that tunes in live, listens in the replay. Feel free to reach out for trustee training so you can get the time, experience, and resources. Christian at trustchristian.com. Once again, that's Christian at trustchristian.com. This doesn't need to be long, ladies and gentlemen. This is a question of a statement. If you're in personal trust, ladies and gentlemen, it's not private. It's definitely not private. So let's talk about it. Let's make sure that we are aware of what public and private looks like. Look forward to hearing from you all. Christian at trustchristian.com. Once again, that's Christian at trustchristian.com. Peace and joy.